That what Bun B said on one of his songs. He was like, oh, snitch ass, bitch ass, dick in the boot ass, nigga. You niggas is punks, bro. You know, that's what I've been realizing lately. Like, the majority of men is really some sissies, bro. And that's what's really going on with all this shit. What's really fucked up about this whole shit is that it's the men. The women, they trash too, but the women only pretty much gonna be as trash as the men are. And the men right now at an all-time low, nigga. I'm talking about this sissies everywhere. It's and then the men that ain't shit, that the ones that will pretend that they ain't sissies, they just got a point of view like a woman. So you might as well be a sissy. If your viewpoints and all that line up with a woman and you a man, you might as well be a sissy. It's the same thing. You basically a woman. If your viewpoints on the world line up with a woman, you basically a woman, bro. Because you should be looking at shit like a man look at shit, not like a woman look at shit. You shouldn't be looking at the world from the lens of a woman and you a man. That's crazy. That's what happens when you a mama's boy ass nigga. That's why it's not good to be a mama's boy type of nigga. Because you gonna be a weenie. By default. You can't even help it. Your stance in life is weenie. Like you agree with being a weenie type of shit. You ain't even against it. You rocking with it. Oh, but man, I've been noticing that lately. Like, a lot of our men, black men especially, are weenies, bro. It's a fact. I hate that. I really do. I hate that. But it's just the truth. I'm just being honest. Like, it's a big majority. I'm going to say the majority. I'm going to say the majority of black men is some weenies, bro. And I hate that. That's why when Kanye said, was slavery a choice? Hell yeah, that was a choice. 100% that was a choice. Because you could have chose to die about it. And that's what's wrong with this generation now. Or I ain't gonna say this generation, but this cipher that we in now. It's a bunch of weenies, bro. Look at these niggas. They all act like some bitch niggas. It's like, and then the ones that's claiming to be gangsters and all that, they the worst ones. They more bitch than the ones talking about they civilians. And then I be tripping when these niggas be calling niggas civilian. Like, you a civilian, nigga. You being a gang member don't make you not a civilian. You know what I'm saying? That just means you unruly. You just an unruly civilian. You know what I'm saying? You not no motherfucking soldier and no shit like that. Fuck out of here. And I'm tired of niggas claiming stripes on other black people. And being scared of the police and white people and all that, but then being super tough with black people. I done heard that. I heard a cat the other day on his live talking about some, and it was an older cat. Y'all don't listen to the older cats, bro. The older cats, they some coons. And that half of them don't even be knowing they a coon. They were just raised to be like that. But I heard this one black man, I'm not gonna say his name, and I don't want to put him out there like that. I listen to him all the time, and I fuck with him. But the other day, he was talking about some, be scared of the, like, a lot, it ain't just him, so I ain't picking on him. It's a lot of these niggas, they stand on that you should be scared of the police, but you should be on go with your brother or your sister. I don't get that. How you a gangster, or you claiming to be a gangster, or whatever you talking about, but then the laws pull up and you a whole bitch all of a sudden? I ain't never understood that. Because to me, I always thought it was like a cops and robbers type thing, the streets. So I always thought the niggas that was in the streets was against the cops. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know y'all was pussy when it came to the police and shit. That's some weenie shit to me. I don't respect it. I don't respect now nigga out here talking about he a gangster, but he scared of the police. He outwardly expresses that he's scared of the police. I don't respect that when niggas be talking about, Or nigga, I didn't do it because the law was there. Or the law was gonna show up. Or the law was this. Or the law was that. But nigga, you a murder, so you won't do nothing to a law, or you'll let a law treat you like a hoe. But you'll go murder your brother, stand over him, shoot him 30 times in the face, all type of shit. You'll go like that. Super violent, super gruesome. You'll go that route on your brother. But then on the law or whoever, he slapping you on your booty, feeling on your nuts, then took you away from your kids, all type of shit. Fucked you over. Some of them don't even shot. Some people even get shot sometimes. And did all this stuff to you, but you a pussy when he show up. I don't get that. That's why niggas can't act hard around me. I'ma call you bluff. Because I don't think you hard like that. I don't. I don't think you hard. I think if you can turn your shit off, like if you can turn it on and turn it off, you ain't hard like that. Cause people that's really hard and really dangerous and really all that type of shit, they can't turn it off. They just angry than a motherfucker. They just hate. They just mad. They'll whoop anybody, woman, man, whoever the fuck. They just violent and don't give a fuck. Them niggas that's like that, I respect they gangster. But you niggas that's super gangster, and then when the laws pull up, you a whole hoe now. Oh, yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir, master, sir. You letting him rub on your balls. I even seen a nigga that they turn himself in. If you turn yourself in, you are not a gangster. Period. If you ever have turned yourself in, you are not, and you calling yourself a gangster, you are not a gangster. You are not a gangster. You cannot turn yourself into the laws and consider yourself a gangster. It's not, no. Because here's the thing. As a street nigga or a gangster or whatever, however you want to word it, the police are your enemy. So that'll be like, let's say the Bloods and the Crips was beefing, right? That'll be like one of the Crips turning itself into the Bloods. Nah, if y'all want me, y'all gotta catch me. I'm not turning. I'm the hell no. I'm not cool with y'all. We not finna act like we cool and shit. And I'm gonna do the honorable. I'm not doing nothing honorable with you, ho. The fuck is you talking about? All you niggas that turn. If you ever listen, this the realest shit I ever wrote. What that nigga Pac say? This the realest shit I ever wrote, nigga. If you out here calling yourself a gangster, and you done ever turned yourself into the police, you are not a gangster. You's a weenie, bro. The police is the sworn enemy. Why in the fuck would I turn myself? Why would I do anything friendly? Of course, when I get pulled over, I'm a yes, sir. You know, because I'm trying not to get the ticket. I'm trying to make the situation go by. But I'm saying, if I'm in full gangster mode, I done robbed some niggas, I done did this, and then I go turn myself into the police? Nah, y'all some weenies, bro. Y'all done got brainwashed. This system done brainwashed you goofies into thinking that you a real gangster and you not. You's a goofy. If you ain't never had 10 bands and street money at one time, you is not a gangster. If you ain't never if you done turned yourself into the police, you are not a gangster. If you turn down the fade, you are not a gangster. If a nigga call you a punk or tell you to eat his dick once, not 1,000 times, not 30 times, not 40 times, not 2 times, not 4 times, none of that. If a nigga tell you to eat his dick once and you don't handle your business, you are not a gangster, bro. So I'm just getting bored with all these niggas claiming they gangsters and all. Y'all really watering the word down. Y'all watering it down. And y'all not that. And I'm not glorifying that. I'm just saying there's a lot of these cats talking about fuck the streets and they're against fuck the streets and all this type of shit. But we ain't talking about you. We talking about the gangsters. We not talking about no weenie, goofball ass niggas. We talking about real gangsters out here in the street doing gangster shit. That's what we talking about when we say fuck the streets. They need to calm down and stop. Not no make-believe ass niggas. Never even jumped off the porch. Never even had $1,000 in street money at one time ass niggas. Never did nothing gangster ever. Talking about some, nah, it ain't fuck the streets, nigga. We standing on the street. We from the streets. Nigga, you ain't from the streets, bro. And just because you from the hood don't mean you from the streets either. The streets is selling drugs, robbing, taking hits, this type of shit. Pimping hoes, that's the street shit. Not fucking being a weenie and all that. No. We talking about all the goofy shit. We want that to stop. When we say fuck the streets, we talking about all the madness, foolishness, shit, crimes committed against your own people, all this type of shit. Not no motherfucking, damn, this white bitch kind of fine. Damn, she not even white. She just yellow than a motherfucker. Damn, baby. Starting to feel myself again a little bit. Oh, no, she Mexican. she one of them fine. You know how some of them Mexican girls, they be like Mexican girls. I like them type of Mexican girls. Like the Mexico, they know how they cook and everything. The ones that's from Mexico, they straight wives. You know what I'm saying? They'll cook. They gonna cook every night, nigga. I know cause my neighbor was Hispanic. My first connect when I was in the street, my very first connect was my neighbor. It was Hispanic, cartel dude. And his wife used to cook every night, like clockwork. They used to invite me to dinner sometimes. He used to cook every night, like clock. I can't even get it up. His wife used to cook every night. She was a Mexican chick. She wasn't no American Mexican chick. She was a Mexico Mexican. I don't even think she spoke English. But I know they used to call me over there for dinner sometime, and she done made some good ass shit, nigga. I'm talking about a whole meal, nigga, all the sides, every night, nigga. Not once a week, twice, no. Every night was dinner time at a certain time. They not text, but they asked me if I want to come over and eat. It was a Mexican chick. Not no motherfucking Vato, American Vato, not that. A Mexican chick. She don't even speak English. She make menudo. What's that stuff called? She make stuff from scratch. She make her tortillas. She don't even go. She'll be offended you tell her to get some tortillas from the store. She gonna be like, what? She fuck around get in a fight. You fuck around get in a fight with your wife. If you got a Mexico wife, and you try to go buy some tortillas from the store if you want to. You know what I'm saying? Them bullshit ass tortillas ain't gonna get no love. My babysitter, when I was real young, we stayed in Wichita Falls. My dad was in the Air Force. He stayed at the Air Force base out there. And I had a Mexico lady as a babysitter. Man, I love the hell out of that lady. That lady used to make us fresh tortillas, nigga. I'm talking about from scratch, nigga. We be in that bitch eating, me and my sister. We be in that bitch eating fresh tortillas, nigga. I'm talking about fresh, straight out the motherfucking, or however, I don't know. I'm finna say grease, but it wasn't out the grease. That ain't how she made them. But I know she used to make us some fresh tortillas. Them hoes used to be good, nigga. That was a Mexican. I fuck with the Mexican women. The ones that's here, they cool too, but the ones from Mexico, they like got the whole traditional thing going on. Like they be loving on they nigga. The United States is one of the only countries where the women don't really be loving on the men like that. Just to be honest with you. It's like some of the Arab countries and all that, they be beefing, them women and the men be beefing like a bitch. Because the men still trying to use Sharia law or whatever the fuck. The men be still trying to be tough on their ass. So a lot of them women ain't going. They don't be trying to hear that shit. A lot of them. So the Indian people, they kind of be going through kind of like the shit we be going through with the women a little bit. Just a little bit. They a little more traditional than us, but they women get Americanized and start wanting to hang out with the black girls and do all, start twerking, all the oats, start twerking on TikTok and shit. You know what I'm saying? The Indian girls, they'll do that. They'll step outside the traditional shit. The Mexican girls, nah, nah, bro. Nah, they gonna cook. That's what I used to like about the Funky Town women. Fort Worth women used to be like that. I don't know if they still like that because I ain't had no Fort Worth women in a long time. But that's what I used to like about Fort Worth women. Fort Worth women used to cook, nigga. They used to know how to treat their man. They might still be like that. I don't know. But I know they more traditional. That's why I like country women. Fort Worth is country. Women that's country, they know how to treat a nigga. I gotta go and grab my clothes right fast. I'm washing. I'll go grab them and put them in the dryer. So I'm finna chill out on this for 1 second. And I'm finna go in here and put my shit in the dryer. Right fast. Come right back. Nah, but yeah, it's ain't really about it. They take about 30 minutes to dry. What was I talking about? Yeah, man, all these weenies and shit. Nigga, it's fuck the streets, nigga. Big time. Everybody that's saying it ain't fuck the streets, they didn't go through enough. You can tell they ain't really went through nothing in the streets for real. Because once you done went through so much and you done lost so many people, all this type of shit, that should be a nuisance. It be annoying. The street should be annoying. It's annoying to me now. And then also knowing too that 75% of these niggas that's talking about it ain't even really on that. They just pushing the narrative and shit. That's annoying. So like you niggas ain't bro. Y'all wasn't in them cars. Y'all wasn't moving. Y'all wasn't in the rental cars, moving them pounds and shit from here to there. Y'all wasn't fucking on them blades with them hoes and shit all goddamn night. Y'all wasn't getting robbing. Y'all wasn't doing none of that. So quit acting like y'all was in the streets. Just because you went and sold you a couple sacks at the store that one time, that don't make you a street nigga, bro. To me, well, nah, that do make you a street nigga. That don't make you no gangster. To me, you ain't no gangster if you ain't had a substantial, if you didn't live your life off of street money for years, several years, You didn't do that, you ain't no gangster for real. You just pretending. You just putting on the outfit. You what that nigga say? You cosplaying. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't live your life paying your rent, paying your phone bill, paying your car note, paying all your shit off of street money, not off no job, not off no YouTube, not off nothing, but drug money, hoe money, robbery money, bank robbery money, street money. If you didn't do that for several multiple years, you are not a street. You not a gangster. You might be a street nigga, but you're not a gangster. Is a rank. That's a level you gotta achieve. You're not a gangster just jumping on the block and shit, selling dime sacks and shit. You gotta get up. You gotta work your way up to being a gangster. Nah, bro, I'm tired of niggas just throwing that word around so lightly like that. For real though. And then I hate too how we try to make everything seem like it's about the streets and shit. Like I hate to bring this up because it's burned at this point, but like just like the Corey and the Anton thing, how everybody just kept saying, "Oh, you know, because in the streets it's like this, because in the streets it's like this. You're supposed to do it like this in the streets." But them niggas wasn't. That ain't no street. Quit trying to make everything be some street shit. Everything ain't street shit. That's just two grown ass men having a disagreement, and it got tense. Nothing about that was street. Neither one of them is street niggas. They wasn't doing the transaction. None of the shit that they got into about was street. Why do we try to make everything sound like it's streets? The streets. Oh, you know, in the street, and in the pen too, nigga. We talking about the pen all the time. Oh, in the pen, that's how we did it. The rules was like this, nigga. This ain't the pen, nigga. This is not the pen. We not in the pen. We don't know. Pen rules do not apply. They be talking about, oh, the pen. What Kevin Gates used to say that. Jailhouse rules apply. No, they do not. They don't. They don't. If right now in this world right now, nigga leave a honey bun on my bunk, I'ma eat it. And if a nigga come to me talking about something, I'ma blow his motherfucking head off his shoulder. Leave me the fuck alone. Out here in this free world, it ain't like the pen. The rules are different. We got guns. We got guns. We can get away. We can go to other states after we do some shit. It's different. It ain't like the pen. You can't escape the murder. You can't do, you know what I'm saying? You can't do nothing. You gotta sit there and deal with whatever happened, whatever you got going on. It's not the rules do not apply. Penitentiary rules are not in effect. Not in the free world. Don't let these niggas tell y'all that. That's some slave shit. The pen is some slave shit. That's a slave type situation. So you saying the slave rules? So what y'all saying? The slave rules apply? No, slave rules don't apply. Mm-mm. No, slave rules don't apply, bro. Penitentiary rules are not in effect. If you talking about now, if you just saying penitentiary rules are respect, if that what you saying, if you saying the respect needs to be rendered, respect needs to be given, and you know that's not a penitentiary rule. That's a man rule, or a woman rule. That's just a person rule. Respect is a person thing. That don't have nothing to do with you being in the pen or not in the pen or whatever the fuck. Respect is given. Respect is given and received. Respect is not a thing just in the pen. That ain't no penitentiary rule to be respectful to a motherfucker. That just mean if you ain't being respectful to a motherfucker in the free world, you just wasn't taught right. Your mama and them, your daddy or whatever, whoever raised you wasn't hitting no shit. Because they supposed to have taught you to be respectful. You shouldn't have to go to the pen and learn to be respectful. Ain't no niggas in the pen gotta teach me to be respectful. That sounds stupid. Why would I be? And then why would I just be? Why would I just be dry disrespectful for nothing? Why would I just be disrespectful? I feel like being respectful should be the default setting. You know what I'm saying? You should be respectful anyway. That should be like your default setting. Is I'm respectful. That's my default. You know what I'm saying? Like disrespectful is when if you get off of the default. Somebody disrespect you or something happen where you need to be disrespectful, whatever. Shout out to the world, man. I feel like this my year. I'm finna go and do what I gotta do. I've been doing what I gotta do, but I'm coming up out of my depression. You know what I'm saying? I was depressed. I didn't even really know I was depressed like that. You don't even be knowing it. You don't really be knowing it. It just the days be blending in together and shit. Like you'll look up and 2-3 months done pass by. You don't even know it and shit because you just kind of be like on remote control. I can't explain it. If you haven't been in a depressed state, you're not gonna understand what I'm saying. You had to been there to feel what I'm saying right now, and it sucks. It sucks because once you come out of it, you realize how much time you done wasted and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, god damn, I was depressed that long. I was just going with just going with the motions and shit. You don't be trying. It's like you getting gave up or something. You don't really be trying. You just be like me. I wasn't really trying hard at nothing. I was just kind of like just surviving. I didn't give a fuck about nothing. I didn't care, by myself. I didn't care. I didn't care if I live or died or whatever. I didn't give a fuck. I didn't give a fuck about nothing really. I was just super depressed because it was all about my kids. I hadn't seen my kids in a while. I didn't know where they stayed or nothing. I went into this deep depression. I'm talking about I was like fucking in a dark motherfucking cave or something. And it was like, because here's the thing. It had got to the point in my life to where that was the only thing I was even living for, was to try to put my kids in a better place, to get shit for them, to make shit better for them, to get money for them. It was my whole driving force every day when I got up. So when my ex-wife ran off with the kids and didn't tell me where they stayed and all this type of shit, I was having to talk to them on video chat and all that. Man, I damn near lost my motherfucking mind. I'm not even no crybaby ass nigga, but I was crying all the goddamn time. I was sad in a bitch. I was depressed and shit. That's my babies, man. I love my baby, all my babies. I got 6 kids. I love all of them, and I got 2 that was babies at the time. Twins. I got 2 twins, 2 twin girls. They was babies. So I knew they really needed me. So it was like I was really sad because I knew they needed me. You know what I'm saying? And one of them was a daddy's girl. Like one of them, she still is a daddy's girl, like tough. So I know she really needed me. They both needed me. They all needed me, but she really needed me. So I just felt bad, like damn, I don't even know where they at or nothing. And I ain't even know why. It was just dry. But the shit fucked me up though. It put me in a depressive state of mind. I was like really depressed. And I had already lost everything. I had lost everything. I had a business that was doing 6 figures. I didn't necessarily lose it, but I did. It was I kind of did lose it. It was like I had to shut it down. I didn't have a choice. I had to shut it down because I wasn't gonna get to the point to where I'm making goddamn me $1 million a year and this type of shit like this, and these motherfuckers still got all this control over me and all that. That's what it was with me. So I was trying to reroute my shit to where I was the one in control fully. But I didn't know. I had been up for so long, not a long time, but a few years I had been up. I had forgot how hard it was to build a business and how hard it was for me to build that business. And how long it took me, how much effort and money and resources and time and this and that I put into that. Getting it to be 6 figures. It didn't goddamn me just all of a sudden it's making 6 figures. Nah, I grinded hard every day, working 7 days a week. I'm talking about for like 7, 8 years, putting in work, grinding. I was making money, but I'm saying when it got up to the point where it was making a lot of money, that took me like 10 years to get it there. You know what I'm saying? So, but I was thinking, okay, I still got all the business sense though. I know how to build a business. I know how to get it to that point. So it ain't gonna be shit for me to do another business like that. That's how I was thinking. But in the midst of that, all the stuff happened with my wife. So now I go into this deep depression, and I don't even have the drive to fucking build no business or none of this. Build a business? What? Nigga, I'm trying to find my kids, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Build a business? For what? I don't give a fuck. I don't shit. All I need is some cake, a room, and a goddamn. I don't need much. I don't have to be out here super grinding for me. I don't give a fuck. I gotta find my motherfucking seeds. I don't even know where they at. I don't know if they eating good or what they got. I mean, I trust that my ex-wife was taking care of them because she do a good job at that. But at the time, I wasn't even thinking like that. I was just like stressing. Tough. I'm talking about really stressing. I went into a deep depression. I'm just now coming out of it. I'm just now really, I'm noticing. That's how I knew I was in one. Because I'm coming out of it and I'm like, damn, I'm different now. I'm looking at shit different now. I'm really getting more focused on my money, getting more focused on these different businesses and shit. When I was in that state of depression, I wasn't getting focused on shit. I was doing a whole bunch of shit. I wasn't focusing on one thing ever. I was just always thinking about my kids. Where my kids at? Where my kids at? What they got going on? I got one now that I can't find. I got one of my boys. I don't know where the fuck he at. I don't know where the hell they at. And see. People gotta leave me alone, my kids, man. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Y'all gotta really realize y'all be tripping with our seeds. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's our kids, that's our seeds that y'all tripping with. This world, this cipher, done talk this whole world into believing that the man don't even matter. But what they fail to realize is the man still we still love our kids. You see what I'm saying? Whether y'all think we matter or not, we still love our kids to death. We'll die for our seeds and all that. Many men have. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I didn't understand that the queso, I don't know if that was his name, but his dad told on him in court. Went in court and told on him in court. I was like, whoa, telling on your seed? See, I wouldn't be able to do that because here, check it out. He only doing all the wild shit because he got it from his dad, is what I understand. That's what everybody was saying. That his dad was a street cat and all this. And his dad, running the streets, doing this and that and the third. So that's where he got it from. So you can't condemn him for acting like you and shit. That's why when I was in the street super tough, I used to purposely not be around my kids like that. Because I didn't want them to try to be no street nigga. And I knew whatever I'm doing, they gonna want to try to do it. So when I was in, that's why they don't even know hardly about my street shit. They know what people tell them. They don't know. That's all they know. They wasn't there to witness it. Because I didn't want them there. I didn't want them to try to be a street nigga and all that. That's all they would have tried to do. They'd be around you all the time. One of my boys, he was around me all the time. But he was around me all the time after I got out of the streets. You know what I'm saying? So he don't know they never seen none of the street shit. They wasn't around for that. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted it like that. That's on purpose. Ain't none of my kids no street niggas or no shit like that. Ain't none of them been to jail or none of that type of shit. Because I didn't have them around me when I was doing the street shit. So they can be influenced by it and all that and think it's cool and all that. So yeah, I didn't do that. A lot of people be like, oh, you're not around your kids. That's on purpose. You know what I'm saying? I don't want them to be all around the street shit. Then you're around all this shit we doing and all that. Nah, man. Your kids, they gonna do whatever the fuck you doing. If you fucking a skateboarder, your boys might fuck around and be skateboarders. If you a fucking uh, 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 a security guard, your kid might end up being a security guard. You know what I'm saying? The kids kind of do whatever the parents do, especially if they're around them all the time. I ain't want my kids to be in no street shit. That's what I'm saying. I've been saying fuck the street. It been fuck the street with me. It was fuck the streets when I was in the streets. I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to get some money. It's always been about money with me. I just always been an entrepreneur. So that was just another form of entrepreneurship to me. That's how I looked at it. I didn't look at it. I didn't even really look at it like no street shit, really. I mean, I did because that's what everybody call it. But to me, I'm just starting businesses and shit. You know what I'm saying? This is another business for me. You see what I'm saying? I'm starting this business. I'm doing this business. I'm doing this business. That's how it was with me. It wasn't about, oh, I'm a street nigga, this and the third. That's what I was saying in the rap songs and all that because I knew that's what everybody wanted to hear. They want to hear you talk about how you a street nigga and all that. And you a gangster and all that. So I'm giving them what they want to hear. But in my mind, I'm an entrepreneur. And I just ain't abiding by all the rules and shit. I'm an entrepreneur and I'm just breaking some of the rules. I just didn't know that. Another thing I thought too, I thought that you had to be in the streets. Cause that's how everybody kind of painted it. When I got out the military, that's kind of how it looked. That's how everybody was acting like. If you wasn't in the streets, you wasn't gonna get no real money and shit. You was just gonna be poor. That's what I thought. I thought all the squares, back when I was young, when I first started getting in the streets and doing all that, I thought all the squares was broke. I didn't know squares were getting money. Nah, the squares getting money like a bitch. I didn't know that. I thought the only people getting money was drug dealers, pimps, athletes, and entertainers like actors and shit like that. Some of the rappers, cause back in the game, the rappers wasn't even getting no money. It was only a few rappers really getting money off the shit. So we didn't even look at the rappers. We didn't even look at that like a lane of money back in the game. It was either you was selling drugs, pimping hoes, robbing, shit like that. And that's how you was gonna get to the bag. That's what I thought. That's honestly what I thought. I didn't know that it's somebody that just fucking own a goddamn dumpster rental company. He rich and shit. I didn't know that when I first got out the army. I didn't know that. I had to learn that. Okay, this motherfuckers out here getting money, and they just selling regular old shit. They not even doing no selling drugs or doing no shit like that. They just selling fucking tires. They got a tire shop and shit. And they paid like a motherfucker, got a big nice ass house and shit. I thought, cause I only seen, when I was young, I only seen the gangsters and the pimps and all that having money. The squares don't show it. They just don't show it. They be at work and shit. They ain't got time to be stunting and shit. But we seeing the doughboys and the pimps and all that every day. We seeing them. They putting up in lax, big ass lax and shit. Got all the women with them and all that. We like, oh, we want to do that. I want to do what they doing. They like they having a great time. You know what I'm saying? The doughboys pulling up. They got the nice cars and shit. Got the beat in their car. They dressing nice. They fly, got chains and all this type of shit. We want to be like them. I want to be like them when I grow up. You know what I'm saying? Even I'm already grown, but when I grow up, I want to be like them. They got all the women. The women love them. That's how I'm looking at it and shit. So, but then when you start getting into it, yeah, it got some perks and shit, but the lemon ain't worth the squeeze. It ain't worth the squeeze. You be done did all this shit for what? You ain't got no retirement plan. Your ass you could have started a lawn care service or something and been way far more ahead than if you was in the streets doing whatever the fuck. You could have started a motherfucking a coffee shop, any goddamn thing, and just been grinding on it from this whole time. The whole time, all the time you did in the pen, all this type of shit. You could have started you a goddamn some type of business or something, and been grinding on that bitch the whole time. You'll be up. Right now, you'll be up like a. If you had, just think about it. If you ever went to jail or whatever, when you went to the pen, did 5, 10, 20 years or whatever, just think if you had started a business back when you was running the streets and all that, and just been building that business this whole time. The whole time while you was in the pen, all that shit. Nigga, you'll be up. Your business will be cracking, nigga. You'll be winning. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I regret. I feel like it was a lot of wasted time. Like, I could have just been doing real businesses and shit. Instead of trying to do some illegal shit. You just really setting yourself back. That's all it is, a setback. Because you're going to get caught. You're going to have to pay a lawyer. You're going to have to bond money. And then while you're in jail, you using the phone. The phone hiding the motherfucker. You got to get commissary, all this type of shit. If you do any type of drug, you got to get your drug of choice. You got to do all this type of shit, man. Just so all the money you made don't even end up sticking for nothing. Because you had to spend on lawyers and this, that, and the third. So you don't even win. It just feels like you winning at the moment. Because you got the little bras there on your dick and shit. You know what I'm saying? You got a little pocket full of money. You feel like it feel like a win. It do. I ain't gonna lie. It feel in the midst of the moment, it feel like a win. You're like, damn, I'm winning with this. But as soon as you start having to pay the piper, soon as you start having to pay the piper, your ass gonna be in the red. That's a promise. Your ass gonna be in the red. Because however much money you made, it ain't gonna cover your shit. Your lawyer, your bond money, your case, all this type of shit. You know, phone, commissary, all this type of shit. How much money you made in the streets ain't even gonna cover the shit. I remember I was on papers when I was in the streets. So I wasn't even supposed to be smoking weed. But I was still smoking weed. And I was getting dirty UA like every couple months and shit. You know what I'm saying? I was getting a dirty UA like every couple months. But I was getting money. So I would just pay my lawyer some money. He'd go talk to whoever he talked to and get me out of the shit. I don't know what they did. I just know I just had to give my lawyer $1,000. I gave him $1,000 every time. Every time I got dirty UA, I gave my lawyer $1,000. And he would go and talk to whoever he needed to talk to or whatever. I would have to go to jail, though. They would either do a walkthrough, where I just walk in and walk out, or I would get caught somewhere, you know what I'm saying, and get arrested. And then I would still have to give him the $1,000 and he'll still fix it. He fixed it for me every time. Shout out to dude. You know what I'm saying? He fixed it for me and I was getting dirty UAs back to back. Every time I did it, he fixed it though. I never really went to jail on the shit ever. I think maybe they made me sit in jail for like a couple of days one time on one of them. Made me sit in jail. I think they were just tired of me getting them hoes. You know what I'm saying? I told my probation officer, I said, look, dude. I said, I smoke weed, fool. I just broke down and told him. I said, look, man, I smoke weed, bro. I was like, you know what I'm saying? I said, I was smoking weed before I was even on probation. I was smoking weed before I was even doing any type of crime or any of that. I've been smoking weed since I was like 17 years old. I've been smoking weed. I still smoke weed now. I was like, I'm going to get a dirty UA, I'm telling you. I'm not going to stop. I'm just going to keep getting dirty UA. And when I told him that, after I told him that, but when I told him that, I only had a few more months left on probation. I only had a few months left. But when I told him that, he stopped giving me UAs and shit. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, that's all I had to do is just tell you I fucking can't stop. I wish I had just did that in the first place. I wouldn't have to spend $1,000 every goddamn couple months and shit. That shit had me. I used to be mad, but happy at the same time because I was happy just for the fact that I even had the $1,000, and I had the lawyer that could even go up in there and make that shit happen like that. After I done got 10 dirty UAs already. You know what I'm saying? I got 10 dirty. I think really, you know what I think it was? My case was bullshit. And I think the judge knew that. And I think the judge was just being light on me because they knew the original case that I was even on probation for was some bullshit anyway. So I just think they probably had their mind made up that they weren't gonna lock me up behind the weed and shit. But and they probably split that. He probably split that 1,000 down with the judge. So every time I gave the judge the rack, he probably gave the judge 500 or something. Every time I gave the lawyer a rack, he probably gave the judge 500. The judge would let me go. But they always just let me go. I never had to do no time or nothing. I just give them $1,000. I do a walkthrough, or if I am, I might already be in jail. And tell my girl go give him $1,000. She go take him $1,000, and I'll be out in a few hours and shit. You know what I'm saying? My lawyer had some pull. I don't know who the fuck he knew. I guess he knew the judge. Oh, I gotta get my clothes right here. I guess he knew the judge though. Cause I used to get out of that shit. Hold up. My basket. Eat the hurt. This shit taking too long, man. This shit taking too long. My clothes. I'm trying to think if I want to get something to eat. Half time I don't even be hungry. I just be eating just to be eating shit. Eating just to be eating. You supposed to eat. You supposed to eat to live. You know what I'm saying? Not just eat just to be eating and shit. Washing clothes again. Damn, I hate washing. It's just so time consuming and annoying. But I like when you got the fresh clothes out the dryer though. The fresh clothes smelling good. You know what I'm saying? I like putting on the fresh out the dryer clothes. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'll be right. I think I'm finna get off of her though. I'm gonna get back on her in a little bit though. When I get to my room, I'm gonna get back on her and shit. I need to turn up on this shit. That's what I'm trying to, man. I be doing so goddamn much, man. I got so much going on, it's ridiculous. I need a fucking cameraman. I could do it if I had a cameraman. Just follow me around with the camera and shit. It's hard to do it when you ain't got no cameraman, cause then you gotta you gotta be the cameraman. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be the cameraman then, and then it's hard to talk and do that shit is rough. This content creating shit is rough. The people that be doing this shit consistently and be really doing it like a job, really be making money with this shit, I salute the fuck out of them. Cause this shit is rough. Cause it's too like, cause you be done put a bunch of work into some shit, did a bunch of shit, and then that shit get like 3 views and shit. And then you'll just get on here and do some bullshit, and the shit go viral and shit. So it's like you don't be knowing what to do. I guess you just gotta just put out the content or whatever and just, let it do what it do. Don't even be worried about what it do, really. Just put the content out, just keep putting it out. I guess that's really how you do it. That's why I salute the people that do that. You know what I'm saying? Because the shit is kind of rough, especially if you gotta edit. If you gotta edit the videos and all that, oh man, it's super rough. If you gotta edit, if you just getting on here doing lives and you ain't really editing and shit, that's one thing. But if you doing long form content and you editing the content, you doing the thumbnails, all this type of shit, and you doing that shit yourself, and you got a full little situation going on, oh man, I salute the fuck out you. Straight up. Straight up, I salute the fuck out you, cause you doing you's a hustler, nigga. Don't let nobody ever tell you ain't no motherfucking hustler, nigga. If you doing all the shit yourself, the thumbnails, the video editing, the content, the this, the that, the marketing, the this. What, nigga? You doing that by you a one-man army? Nigga, you get salute. Straight up, nigga. Straight up. I can't hardly even just stay consistent. I can't even get this the first part right. This the consistent part. I can't get that part right. Much less the editing, all this stuff. It's kind of cool how this shit morphed, though. It's social media shit. Cause I remember back when it was MySpace. MySpace was live, nigga. Cause MySpace was basically your own website. It was your website. You could do whatever you want to do. You can change all different shit. It was basically coding. MySpace was basically teaching everybody how to code. That's what it was doing. Because when you was changing your page and doing this, adding the code here and doing this, doing that, you was doing code. You was writing code. MySpace was cracking. You could have your music on there. Everybody had their music on their page. Like if they made music, they had their music on there. It was live. You could make it to where when somebody log into your page, your music automatically start playing. MySpace now, it's like it changed. It's on some more shit. It's just different. They shouldn't have did nothing to it. If MySpace would have never changed, if it would just stayed like it was, it'd probably be bigger than Facebook and bigger than all this shit right now. Because it was like, it was so, you could personalize it so much. And everybody had a page. Everybody had a MySpace page. Everybody. Everybody had a MySpace page. So it was like a real big thing. It was kind of like, you know, kind of like everybody got a Facebook now. But this was before Facebook came out on the back of a MySpace, and this and the third. MySpace was doing the Facebook thing way back in the game. It was basically the Facebook of back then. You know another one that used to be big too? Damn, I forgot the name of it. Damn, I forgot the name of it. It was a chat room. It was called I can't remember the fucking name of it. I don't remember the name of it. It was like it was live back then too though. It was called Black something. Black something. It was one of these magazines. Ebony, I think it was, no, was it Ebony? It was one of these magazines, but they had like a website. And everybody used to be on that bitch. I don't remember the name of it right now. It was Black, it was I want to say it was BET. I want to say it was BET. I think they had like a social chat room or something. It might have been BET. I think it was BET. I think it was BET, but it was called something else. It was called BET something. I can't remember the name of it though. But it was live. You could go on there, talk to women, everything. It was like you could meet women and everything on there. It was live. They just had a gang of chat. It was like matter of fact, Yahoo had chat rooms like that too. They used to have a bunch of different chat rooms. You can just go in the chat rooms and talk. It'd be people all in the chat rooms and all that. I used to go in the little chat rooms and be rapping, freestyling and stuff. That was a big thing back then, little chat rooms and stuff. Like little Yahoo chat and all that. The chat rooms was live. That was basically kind of like the Facebook type thing. Facebook just took those different little ideas and perfected them. It's kind of like the same thing though, just a bunch of people on a platform chatting about different topics and stuff. Facebook, all the topics are pretty much on one page. Yahoo chat, you had to actually click on the topic and then it would take you to the chat room. It was like that. Let me go check on my clothes right there.